Law of reflection. Have you ever thought about why some patterns keep appearing in your life? Why do you attract the same kinds of people, face the same challenges, or end up in similar situations even when you try to change? The answer is not about chance or misfortune. It comes from an old idea that has influenced human experience throughout history, the law of reflection. This important truth shows that the world around us reflects our inner feelings, our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and habits. Every relationship we build, every situation we meet, and every experience we go through reveals something important about who we are. Grasping this principle not only clarifies why your life is the way it is, but it also provides you with the key to changing it. In this book, you'll learn how to understand the messages from your reality and, more importantly, how to change your world by starting with yourself. Every relationship we build, every situation we meet, and every experience we have reveals something important about who we are. Grasping this principle not only clarifies why your life is the way it is, but it also gives you the key to changing it. In this book, you'll learn how to understand the messages from your reality and, more importantly, how to change your world by first changing yourself. Prepare to start a journey that will change how you view yourself, other people, and the world around you. The world around us is closely connected to our inner selves, more than we often think. Our outside situation is closely linked to how we feel inside, reflecting our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. The law of reflection means that what we see and experience outside is a reflection of what is going on inside us. To grasp this principle, we need to see that how we perceive reality is influenced by our inner feelings. Our minds filter what we see and experience, shaped by our past, beliefs, and what we expect. This means that two people can look at the same situation and see completely different things, just because their personal experiences are different. Think about someone who thinks the world is a dangerous place. They tend to see and pay attention to negative situations, possible dangers, and unwelcoming people wherever they are. They start to believe that their fears will come true, seeing neutral situations as negative. This can lead them to react defensively, which ends up creating the hostility they are worried about. If a person thinks the world is mostly good and that people are kind, they will see acts of kindness, friendly smiles, and positive chances around them. Their hopeful view makes the world around them feel more positive. This mirroring effect goes beyond how we see things and affects our real-life situations. What we believe about ourselves and the world influences what we do, and this creates our reality. If we think we don't deserve success, we may unintentionally ruin chances or miss them when they come up. When we think we can do things and that we deserve success, we are more willing to take chances, keep going when things get tough, and reach our goals. Our relationships also show the law of reflection. How we care for ourselves usually shows in how others treat us. If we don't think highly of ourselves, we may end up in relationships where we aren't treated well or valued. On the other hand, when we feel good about ourselves, we tend to draw in people who see and appreciate our value. Our surroundings can also show what we feel inside. A messy living space may show confusion or stress, while a tidy one can suggest calmness and clear thinking. Our health can also be seen this way, as many holistic practitioners think that physical problems often come from emotional or mental issues. Learning about the law of reflection helps us take charge of our lives in a meaningful way. Rather than viewing ourselves as victims of our situation, we can understand that we have the ability to influence our reality by transforming our inner thoughts and feelings. External factors do have an impact on our lives. That's a fact. This means we have more control over how we experience life than we may have thought before. We need to pay attention to our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings to make the most of this law. Meditation and other mindfulness practices can be very helpful, letting us look at our thoughts and feelings without judging them. When we pay attention to how we feel inside, we can start to notice patterns and beliefs that may be causing unwanted situations in our outside world. After we spot these patterns, we can start to change them. This could mean changing negative thoughts, building positive feelings, or creating new habits that match what we want in life. This takes time and effort. Our beliefs and habits are often set in place, and changing them requires time and steady effort. When we make these changes inside, we will begin to see differences outside. At first, these changes may be small. Maybe we begin to see more friendly moments in our day, or we find it easier to deal with problems. As time goes on, these little changes can add up to big differences in our relationships, jobs, health, and overall life experience. The law of reflection encourages us to see the world as a mirror that gives us ongoing feedback about how we feel inside. Accepting this invitation allows us to explore a valuable way to learn about ourselves and grow as people. Every challenge helps us learn about ourselves. Every relationship gives us a chance to understand our hearts better, and every success shows how we've grown inside. The law of reflection shows us that the power to change our lives is inside us. When we take charge of our inner thoughts and feelings, we can make significant changes in the world around us. This understanding helps us take charge of our life experiences, instead of just going along with what happens to us. Lesson 1. The people in your life. The people we meet in our lives are not just random. They are reflections of who we are inside. This important idea is central to the law of reflection and provides us with a useful way to learn about ourselves and grow personally. In our daily interactions, we are always around people who show us different parts of our personality, beliefs, and feelings. Think about the people you feel attracted to, or those who keep coming back into your life. People in your life, whether they are friends, partners, coworkers, or even rivals, reflect parts of yourself that you might not see or accept right away. The mirroring effect in relationships can be uncomfortable or unflattering, but it is always enlightening if we approach it with an open mind and curiosity. If you often attract unreliable or dishonest people, it could be helpful to think about whether you have issues with commitment or honesty yourself. If you frequently meet people who are very critical or judgmental, it might be a sign of your own inner critic or unresolved self-judgment. People who inspire you or whom you admire often reflect qualities that you have but might not fully see or value in yourself. Seeing this mirroring effect can change how we handle our relationships and interactions. Rather than getting upset or pointing fingers at others for how they act, we can see these situations as chances to think about ourselves and improve. When we feel upset by what someone says or does, we can take a moment to think, what does this person or situation show me about myself? Not every negative interaction is just about our own shortcomings. It indicates that our interactions with others can help us understand ourselves better, including our fears, desires, and where we can grow personally. When we notice these patterns, we can start to make thoughtful decisions about the kinds of people we want to draw in and the relationships we want to build. As we improve ourselves and grow, we often see changes in the people we attract and the quality of our relationships. When we nurture self-love and respect, we attract people who reflect these traits in return. When we are true to ourselves, we attract people who connect with our real nature. Tackle this idea with kindness for ourselves and for those around us. Understanding that the people around us reflect our inner feelings doesn't mean we should feel guilty about negative interactions or tough relationships. It helps us take charge of our experiences and use them to grow personally. Applying this knowledge in real life includes a few steps. Begin by observing the patterns in your relationships and interactions carefully. Pay attention to the kinds of people you often attract or the common patterns in your relationships. Next, think about what these patterns could be showing you about your inner self. Are there any issues or beliefs that need to be dealt with? Use this understanding as a starting point for your personal growth. If you notice that you're drawing in people who don't honor your boundaries, try to build your self-worth and practice setting clear limits. If you are around negative people, take a look at your own thoughts and try to develop a more positive attitude. The aim isn't to have flawless relationships or to only draw in positive people. Instead, it's about using your interactions to learn more about yourself and to grow. Even tough relationships can teach us important lessons and help us grow as people. As you notice this mirroring effect, you might start to approach relationships with more awareness and purpose. You may start to be more careful about who you spend time with, picking friends who have the traits you want to develop. You might become more forgiving and understanding of others, seeing that their actions often reflect their own feelings more than they reflect on you. Realizing that the people around you show parts of your own personality can change how you see things. It shifts you from feeling like a victim of others or situations to a place of empowerment and taking responsibility for yourself. By following the law of reflection, you can experience significant personal growth and the chance to build more meaningful and genuine relationships in every part of your life. Lesson 2. Changing your life from the inside. The law of reflection shows us that what we see outside is a reflection of what is happening inside us. This important idea helps us understand that the best way to change what happens around us is by changing how we think and feel inside. This chapter looks at how inner work can change your life and offers simple techniques to help you change your reality from within. Inner transformation is mainly about changing our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and attitudes. These internal elements are the basis of our experience, shaping how we see and engage with the world around us. Changing our inner aspects leads to changes in how we interact with the world around us, which then affects the experiences and situations we encounter in our lives. Think about how your approach to a tough situation can change based on whether you feel confident and hopeful or insecure and negative. Your feelings impact what you do, how people react to you, and how things happen around you. Inner transformation is the key to bringing about outer change. Inner transformation doesn't mean ignoring or pushing away negative thoughts or feelings. It's about recognizing them, knowing where they come from, and deciding to develop better options. This process takes time and effort because old habits don't change quickly. With regular practice, you can slowly change your inner world and, in turn, your outer reality. As you start this journey of personal change, little adjustments can lead to big outcomes over time. Begin by dedicating a few minutes each day to meditation, affirmations, or visualization. Notice what you say to yourself and try to pick more positive and encouraging thoughts. Take your time and be kind to yourself, recognizing and enjoying the little successes as you go. When you focus on personal growth, you're not only making your life better, you're also helping to create positive changes in the world around you. When you nurture peace, love, and positivity inside yourself, you naturally spread these feelings to others, leading to a wave of positive change. The law of reflection shows us that we have more control over our lives than we usually think. When we work on changing our inner world, we gain a strong tool to shape the outside reality we want. Start this journey of personal growth and see how your surroundings begin to show the positive changes you've made inside. Lesson 3. The mirror of self-love. Our connections with others are like mirrors, showing us the most basic relationship we have, the one with ourselves. The strong link between self-love and how we relate to others is central to the law of reflection. When we really get this idea and accept it, we open up a strong way to grow and change ourselves. Self-love is commonly confused with narcissism or selfishness, but it is actually quite different. True self-love means accepting who we are, completely recognizing our strengths and weaknesses, and being kind and respectful to ourselves. It's the base that supports all healthy relationships. Without self-love, we may end up in relationships that don't satisfy us, leave us feeling exhausted, or are harmful. We tend to look for experiences that match our beliefs about how worthy we are. Think about someone who has a hard time feeling good enough. They may often draw in partners who are critical or dismissive, which can strengthen their negative view of themselves. Someone with a strong sense of self-worth is more likely to attract supportive and appreciative partners. This isn't just a random occurrence, it's the law of reflection at work. The way we love ourselves affects how we act in our relationships. When we appreciate ourselves, we are more inclined to establish healthy boundaries, express our needs clearly, and leave situations that aren't beneficial for us. On the other hand, not loving ourselves can cause us to accept disrespect, lower our standards, or always look for approval from others. By improving our relationship with ourselves, we can greatly enhance our relationships with others. This inner work can be challenging, but it brings great rewards. It begins with being aware of ourselves, noticing our habits, understanding what sets us off, and figuring out the beliefs we have about ourselves. Being kind to yourself is an important part of learning to love yourself. This means being kind and understanding to ourselves, just like we would be to a good friend. It means accepting our mistakes without being too hard on ourselves, and understanding that being imperfect is a normal part of being human. Affirmations can help change how we see ourselves. When we regularly say positive things about ourselves, we can slowly change what we truly believe. It's essential that these affirmations are genuine and connect with who we really are. One helpful practice is to maintain a self-appreciation journal. Every day, list 3 things you like about yourself. These can be little successes, traits you have, or kind things you've done for others or for yourself. This practice gradually changes the focus from criticizing oneself to appreciating oneself. When we develop more self-love, we often see changes in our relationships with others. We may naturally draw in people who show us more respect and kindness. We may see better connections in our current relationships as we start to engage with confidence instead of doubt. Lesson 4. The money mirror. Money can be a cause of stress and worry for many people, and it often shows what we truly believe and value inside. The law of reflection shows us that how much money we have or don't have reflects our beliefs about wealth and our own value. This chapter looks at how our feelings about money show up in our financial lives and offers simple ways to change our money mindset for better success. Our connection with money is personal and often shaped by our experiences growing up. How our parents or caregivers discussed and managed money probably influenced our first thoughts about wealth. Many of us might have heard sayings such as money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are greedy, which can lead us to develop negative feelings about wealth. Some people may have grown up thinking that money provides safety and chances for success. The early experiences shape how we think about money, affecting our financial choices and results as we go through life. Some common beliefs about money are that it is limited, that you need to work very hard to make it, or that having a lot of money is bad in some way. These beliefs serve as hidden obstacles, quietly undermining our attempts to reach financial success. If you think that money is the source of all evil, you might unintentionally avoid chances to make money, worrying that being rich would turn you into a bad person. If you think you don't deserve to be wealthy, you may end up doing things that hurt your finances, like spending too much or not planning your money well. Our inner beliefs show up in the world around us in different ways. A person who thinks money is limited may often feel like they never have enough, struggling to make ends meet even with a good salary. A person who links wealth to greed may unknowingly steer clear of job promotions or investment chances, which keeps them in a financial state that matches their inner beliefs. People who see money as a helpful tool for making positive changes and creating opportunities usually attract more financial success and make smart money choices. How we feel about ourselves is closely connected to our money situation. If we don't think we deserve abundance, we might accept less in our jobs, charge too little for what we offer, or hesitate to ask for raises. How we act on the outside shows how we feel about ourselves on the inside. On the other hand, when we really believe in our value, we are more likely to confidently go after financial opportunities and ask for the pay we deserve. We can change our financial situation by changing how we think and feel inside. The initial step in this process is to be aware. Spend some time thinking about what you believe regarding money. What did you learn about money while growing up? What ideas do you have when you think about wealthy people? What do you think about when you picture yourself having a lot of money? These reflections can reveal beliefs that might be holding you back, even if you didn't realize it. After you find your limiting beliefs, the next step is to question and change them. If you think money is limited, try to find proof that shows otherwise. Understand that even though personal resources might be scarce, money is plentiful and always moving. If you think of wealth as having bad traits, look for examples of rich people who use their money to help others. Over time, you can swap out limiting beliefs for more positive ones. Affirmations can be a helpful tool in this process. Statements such as "I deserve abundance" or "money comes to me easily" can assist in changing your subconscious mind. It's essential that these affirmations resonate with you personally. If they are too different from what you currently believe, your mind might push them away. Begin with affirmations that are a bit challenging yet realistic and slowly build on them from that point. Lesson 5. The body as a mirror. Our bodies are not just things that help us move through life. They show our deepest thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. The saying "a healthy mind in a healthy body" is not just a phrase. It's a truth that modern science is starting to confirm. The connection between our mind and body is a strong influence on our health and well-being, and we are just starting to understand it better. Think about how your body responds when you're feeling stressed. Your muscles tighten, your heart beats faster, and you may feel a tightness in your stomach. Your body shows clear signs of how you are feeling mentally. Now, think about this not only in urgent cases, but as a long-term issue. Over time, ongoing stress, anxiety, or negative thinking can show up as physical problems. This connection operates in both directions. Negative emotions can cause physical discomfort, while positive emotions and thoughts can help with healing and improve overall well-being. Mindfulness meditation can help reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and improve the immune system. This isn't something mysterious. It's the clear outcome of bringing our mind and body into harmony. Many everyday health problems can be linked to emotional causes. Chronic back pain is often connected to feelings of repressed anger or a lack of support in life. Digestive problems could show that someone is having trouble handling certain life experiences. Skin conditions can get worse due to stress or emotional issues. Not all health problems come from our mental state, but our emotional well-being is important for our physical health. Grasping this link helps us adopt a more complete view of health and healing. Rather than just focusing on symptoms, we can explore the underlying reasons for our health issues. This could mean looking at our feelings, checking our stress, or facing old beliefs that aren't helpful anymore. Yoga and Tai Chi are great examples of methods that understand the link between the mind and body. These old practices mix physical movement with breathing exercises and meditation, helping to create balance between our mind and body. Practicing regularly can help you become more flexible, stronger, and balanced. It can also lower stress and boost your emotional health. The food we eat is important in this connection between our mind and body. The foods we choose to eat can influence our physical health as well as our mood and thinking abilities. Eating a lot of processed foods and sugar can cause inflammation in the body, and this has been connected to feelings of depression and anxiety. A balanced diet with whole foods can help improve physical health and emotional well-being. Seeing our body as a mirror of our inner feelings doesn't mean we should feel guilty about being sick or uncomfortable. Instead, it encourages us to look at our health with interest and kindness. When we feel physical symptoms, we can use them as reminders to assess our emotional and mental health. Do we have stress that we haven't dealt with? Have we been holding back our feelings? Do our beliefs about ourselves and the world help our health or hurt it? This view also creates new paths for recovery. Traditional medical treatments are important and helpful, but adding practices that focus on our mental and emotional health can lead to better and longer, lasting outcomes. This could involve therapy, meditation, journaling, or other ways to think about your feelings and process emotions. Viewing the body as a mirror of our inner self motivates us to engage more in our health and wellness. It shows us that we don't just passively receive health or illness. We actively take part in our own wellness journey. Taking care of our mental and emotional well-being helps us build a strong base for being physically healthy. By paying attention to what our body tells us, we can learn important things about ourselves. When we develop this awareness, we can start to build a positive cycle. Looking after our physical health by exercising, eating well, and getting enough rest helps our mental and emotional health. A good mental state and emotional balance help improve physical health. This approach understands that we are not separate parts, but complete beings where the mind, body, and spirit are closely connected. By seeing our body as a mirror of our inner self, we can better understand who we are and how everything about us is connected. Being aware can help us grow, heal, and change, enabling us to live more fully and energetically in all areas of our lives. Lesson 6. The way we see things. The world we see is not just what it is, but also how we think and feel about it. This idea, important to the law of reflection, shows how our personal experiences are influenced by the different ways we see the world. How we see things shapes our reality and affects how we understand and react to what happens in our lives. This idea is based on our beliefs, the strong feelings we have about ourselves, other people, and the world around us. These beliefs shape how we see the world, serving as the basic elements that create our reality. The way we view the world, whether we think it's friendly or unfriendly, and how we see ourselves, either as capable or not, influences our experiences and the chances we notice. Our views are shaped by our past experiences, culture, and personal beliefs. These factors help create cognitive biases, which are quick mental shortcuts our brains use to understand information faster. These biases can help us in our daily lives, but they can also narrow our view and cause us to misunderstand situations or miss key details. For example, confirmation bias makes us look for information that supports what we already believe and ignore any evidence that goes against it. This can create a loop where what we see supports what we believe, no matter if those beliefs are true or not. Another common bias is the negativity bias, which makes us focus more on negative experiences than on positive ones. This can create a distorted view of reality, where we pay too much attention to the difficulties and problems we face. Realizing that how we see things influences our reality is the first step to broadening our understanding and making positive changes in our lives. When we understand that our view of the world is shaped by our feelings and thoughts, we can explore new ideas and viewpoints. A great way to change how we see things is through mindfulness practice. By being aware of the present moment, we can watch our thoughts and beliefs without judging them. This helps us create a gap between what we think and how we react, allowing us to decide how to respond to situations instead of just reacting based on our usual thought patterns. A good way to broaden our views is to look for different opinions. Talking to people from various backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs can help us rethink our ideas and expand our view of the world. Seeing different perspectives can help us understand the limits of our own views and promote a more open and adaptable way of thinking. Cognitive reframing is a useful way to change how we see things. This means actively deciding to see situations in a more positive or uplifting manner. For instance, rather than seeing a setback as a failure, we can look at it as a chance to learn or a step towards success. By changing how we view our experiences, we can alter our understanding of reality and create new opportunities for growth and success. Being thankful is a strong method to change how we see things. When we often think about what we appreciate in our lives, we help our minds see the good things around us. This can help reduce negative thinking and allow us to have a more positive and balanced view of life. Lesson 7. Challenges can be seen as chances to grow. Life often gives us challenges that can seem really tough to overcome. Challenges like tough relationships, job issues, or personal problems can make us feel upset and overwhelmed. The law of reflection shows us that these challenges happen for a reason. They highlight parts of our lives where we can grow personally. By looking at these challenges as chances to grow, we can change how we see things and open up the possibility for significant personal growth. When we face a challenge, we usually try to push it away or run from it. Sometimes we might think that life isn't fair or that we're facing some kind of punishment. This way of thinking keeps us trapped in negative patterns and a victim mentality. The law of reflection encourages us to examine our challenges closely, viewing them as mirrors that show us parts of ourselves that require care and focus. If we often have conflicts with others, it might show that we have some unresolved issues inside us or that we need to improve how we communicate. Financial challenges may be showing us that we need to look at our views on money and our self-worth. Ongoing health problems might indicate parts of our lives where we are not taking care of ourselves or dealing with emotional pain that hasn't been resolved. When we change how we see challenges and think of them as chances to grow, we can learn important lessons and change for the better. This doesn't mean that challenges become simple or without struggle, but it does mean that we can face them with a sense of purpose and possibility instead of fear and hopelessness. To start seeing challenges as opportunities, ask yourself what lesson this situation could be teaching you. What parts of you or your life could this challenge be bringing to light? What skills or qualities could help you get past this challenge? If you're having a hard time with a tough boss or coworker, it could mean you need to work on being more assertive, improving how you communicate, or learning to set clearer boundaries. Rather than just putting up with the situation or grumbling about it, you can use it as a chance to improve in these areas of personal growth. Growth often happens when we step outside of what feels comfortable. Challenges encourage us to go beyond what we know, helping us to adjust, learn, and grow. This process might feel uncomfortable, but it's this discomfort that helps us grow and find new strengths we didn't realize we had. Another important part of seeing challenges as chances to grow is being kind to yourself. It's common to be tough on ourselves during tough times, but being kind and understanding can really help us grow in a better and lasting way. Understand that everyone has difficulties, and that facing struggles is a normal part of being human. Give yourself permission to make mistakes and learn from them without being too hard on yourself. As you face challenges, notice the little wins and the progress you achieve on your journey. Celebrate these accomplishments, even if they seem small. Every step you take shows how strong and capable you are. Getting support during tough times can be really helpful. You could talk to friends or family you trust, work with a therapist or coach, or join a support group. Sharing our struggles with others can help us see things differently and support our growth. Personal growth is a continuous journey. When you get past one challenge, new ones will come up for you to face. Every time you face and get through a challenge, you gain resilience, wisdom, and strength that will help you in future tough times. When you accept the law of reflection and see challenges as chances to grow, you give yourself the power to turn life's tough moments into opportunities for personal growth, rather than just letting things happen to us. We take charge and play a role in our own growth. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn, improve, and become a better version of ourselves. Challenges in life are like threads that make our experiences deeper and more interesting. They influence us, guide us, and help us realize our true potential. When you encounter a tough situation, keep in mind to find the chance for growth it offers. Think about what you can learn, how you can grow, and what strengths you can build. By doing this, you'll see that even the toughest challenges can lead to personal growth and self-discovery. Lesson 8. Your home reflects who you are. Our homes are not just buildings. They show what we feel inside. How we arrange, decorate, and care for our homes reflects our feelings, beliefs, and what we truly want. This idea comes from the psychology of space, which looks at how our surroundings influence our thoughts, feelings, and actions. When we enter a home, we are not just going into a physical place. We are also experiencing a reflection of the person's inner world. Clutter can show a messy mind or a life that seems chaotic. A person who finds it hard to move on from the past may have a home full of old, unused things. A minimalist space might show a wish for a straightforward and clear life. The colors we pick for our walls and furniture share a message. Bright, vibrant colors can indicate a lively personality or a wish for more energy in life. Soft, natural colors might show a desire for balance and security. The artwork we show acts like windows into our minds, showing our fears, hopes, and dreams. Our homes can show what we are going through in life and how we feel emotionally. A messy home could be a sign of feeling down or struggling with life's demands. A tidy home usually shows that someone feels in control and takes pride in where they live. When we pay attention to the signs in our homes, we can understand more about ourselves. Begin by looking at your home as if you are seeing it for the first time. What does the entrance to your home say about how you welcome the world? Is your bedroom a calm place for rest, or is it filled with work stuff, making it hard to separate work from personal time? Take a look at the things around you. Do these items make you happy and show what you believe in now, or are they just leftovers from who you used to be? The items we have in our homes should help us with our current goals and dreams. When we see what our homes show us, we can use this insight to help us grow personally. Arranging and decorating our homes is a way to take care of ourselves and grow personally. When we intentionally design our surroundings, we can help achieve our goals and take care of our well-being. If you want to be more creative, you could create an art corner at home with supplies that inspire you. Organizing your kitchen can make healthy cooking easier, which is a great step if you're looking to improve your health, looking for more calm in your life. Think about setting up a meditation area or just tidying up to create more calm and open spaces in your home. Change can be gradual. Small, purposeful changes can make a big difference. Try beginning with one drawer to declutter, or consider adding a plant to liven up your area. While you make these changes, notice how they affect your feelings. The aim is to build a home that shows your best self and helps you grow and feel good. Our homes not only show who we are now, but they can also shape who we will become in the future. Creating a space that reflects who we want to become can help us grow personally. Vision boards work on the idea that when we have pictures of our goals around us, we are more likely to take actions that help us reach those goals. Our homes act like vision boards, showing and shaping our inner thoughts and feelings. When we notice this reflection and intentionally design our living spaces, we can build strong support for our personal growth and self-discovery journey. Your home is more than just a place to live. It's a space that reflects who you are and helps you create the future you want. Lesson 9. Looking at how we treat ourselves. How people treat us often shows how we treat ourselves. This important idea is central to the law of reflection and provides a helpful way to understand and enhance our relationships and life experiences. When we start to see this connection, we open up the possibility for real change in how we interact with others and, most importantly, with ourselves. Think about how you talk to yourself in your mind. Do you show kindness and support, or are you more critical and harsh? The way we talk to ourselves influences how we let others treat us. When we keep criticizing ourselves for little mistakes or what we think are flaws, we unknowingly send a message to others that this is how we should be treated. When we practice self-compassion and respect, we start to draw in and anticipate the same from those around us. This way of treating ourselves goes beyond just how we talk to ourselves. It includes how we look after our physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. By focusing on self-care and making time for rest, relaxation, and enjoyable activities, we show that we value ourselves. This message spreads out, affecting how people see and engage with us. People are attracted to those who show self-respect and usually treat them with more care. Boundaries are very important in this situation. How well we set and keep healthy boundaries shows how much we respect ourselves. When we express our boundaries and stay true to our beliefs, we show others the way to treat us. If we keep letting others cross our boundaries or affect our well-being, we send the message that our needs are not important. This pattern can result in relationships that are marked by disrespect or even abuse. This reflection may not happen right away or be clear at first. The way others treat us can often show how we have treated ourselves in the past or what we believe about our own worth. Changing these habits can take time, but being aware of them is the first step to making a difference. When we pay attention to how we interact with others and the feelings that come up, we can start to see where we might not be treating ourselves as well as we should. Getting better at taking care of ourselves is a process that needs time and steady work. It starts with building more self-awareness and kindness towards oneself. Begin by noticing what you say to yourself. When you see negative or critical thoughts, gently question them. Consider whether you would talk to someone you care about in that manner. Try to express these thoughts in a kinder and more compassionate way. Taking care of yourself is an important part of getting better at treating yourself. This doesn't have to mean spoiling yourself, but instead taking care of your basic needs with kindness and respect. Make sure you get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, and do things that make you happy and satisfied. When you start taking better care of yourself, you might see a change in how people react to you. Learn how to express your needs and establish boundaries. This can be tough, especially if you're not used to prioritizing yourself. Begin with something small, like declining a simple request that doesn't match your needs or values. As you get better at standing up for yourself, you will probably notice that your relationships feel more equal and satisfying. The aim is not to be selfish or ignore what others need. It's about finding a healthy balance where your needs matter just as much as everything else. When you take care of yourself and build self-respect, you'll find you can give more to others, which helps create deeper and more genuine relationships. How we treat ourselves is reflected in the world around us, and this can help us grow and learn more about ourselves. When we see this connection, we learn important things about ourselves and can make real changes. When we start to treat ourselves with kindness, respect, and care, it creates a positive impact that changes our relationships and our overall life experience. The law of reflection teaches us that we often have the ability to change our outside situation by looking within ourselves. When we work on building a better relationship with ourselves, we start a positive cycle of growth and change that goes beyond just our own lives. When we take care of ourselves, we improve our own lives and help make the world a kinder and more respectful place for everyone. Lesson 10. Success in your career and how you see yourself. Success in a career is often seen as something outside of oneself, measured by things like promotions, pay raises, or acknowledgement from colleagues and bosses. The law of reflection shows us that our career success is closely linked to our confidence and how we see ourselves. How we see ourselves and what we think we can do greatly affects our work lives. It influences our decisions, how we interact with others, and our overall success. How we see ourselves serves as a guide, influencing what we do and how we make choices at work. Having a good view of ourselves and trusting our skills makes us more willing to take on tough tasks, share our thoughts in meetings, and go after leadership roles. This inner confidence shines through, affecting how others see us and the chances they offer us. When we think we can succeed and that we deserve it, we are more likely to make it happen. A poor self-image can hold you back from moving forward in your career. If we question our skills or think we don't deserve to succeed, we might unknowingly hinder our own growth. We may choose not to take risks, turn down difficult tasks, or miss the chance to speak up for ourselves when discussing salary. These actions, coming from our inner uncertainties, can hold back our career development and strengthen our negative view of ourselves. There is a clear link between how we see ourselves and how well we do in our careers, supported by psychological studies. Research indicates that people with higher self-esteem and a positive self-image usually do better at work, feel more satisfied with their jobs, and are more able to handle challenges at work. Being resilient is important in today's quick and sometimes uncertain workplaces. Knowing how our inner feelings relate to our job success helps us manage our careers better. When we work on our self-image and build our confidence, we can make positive changes in our careers. This inner work is a strong tool for professional growth, adding to traditional skill building and networking activities. A good way to improve your self-image is by using self-affirmation. This means recognizing our strengths, accomplishments, and what we can achieve. When we often think about what we can do and the successes we've had, we build a positive view of ourselves that can lead to more confidence at work. Make these affirmations clear and relevant, concentrating on qualities and achievements that align with our professional goals. Another effective method is visualization. When we clearly picture ourselves achieving our career goals, we build a mental plan for success. This practice builds confidence and helps us see the steps we need to take to reach our goals. Using visualization works well when you set clear goals and make a plan to achieve them. Getting feedback and guidance can help us match how we see ourselves with how things really are. Sometimes, we can be very hard on ourselves, and we might see ourselves in a more negative light than necessary. Feedback from trusted colleagues or mentors can help us see our strengths and areas where we can improve more clearly. Getting feedback from others can really help you create a true and positive view of yourself. We should also look at any beliefs that might be stopping us from moving forward in our careers. These are often strong beliefs or ideas about ourselves or the world that hold us back. By recognizing and questioning these beliefs, we can create new opportunities for career growth and success. Improving our self-image and confidence is a journey that takes time and effort. Our self-image isn't set in stone. It can change and get better over time with regular effort and thinking about ourselves. Every little success and good experience in our career can help us build a stronger and more confident self-image, leading to ongoing personal and professional growth. The law of reflection shows that our success in our careers is closely linked to our inner selves. When we see this link and make an effort to boost our self-image and confidence, we can reach our full potential at work. When we build a positive and encouraging inner conversation, we set the stage for success outside, helping our real abilities to show in our work lives. Lesson 11. The unseen side of judgment. Judgment is something we all do as humans. It often comes from our desire to understand the world we live in. We often judge people, situations, and ourselves all the time, sometimes without even noticing it. The law of reflection shows us an important idea. When we judge others, we are really judging ourselves without realizing it. This discovery can be surprising and helpful, giving us a useful way to learn about ourselves and grow as people. When we judge others, we are really reflecting our own fears, insecurities, and unresolved problems onto them. Projection is a psychological mechanism that helps us avoid facing uncomfortable parts of ourselves. When we understand this, we can start to see our judgments as a mirror, showing us the hidden parts of our mind that need care and healing. Think about a time when you were quick to judge someone for not being active. This judgment could come from your own worries about not being productive or your personal challenges with motivation. When you notice this, you can turn your attention from the other person to yourself. Ask questions such as, why does this upset me? Or how do I feel unsure about my own productivity? This self-reflection can help you understand your values, fears, and where you can grow personally. The way we judge others often shows our own insecurities and what we still need. If you often judge others for being selfish, it could mean you struggle with setting boundaries or sharing your own needs. When you notice this pattern, you can start focusing on being assertive and taking care of yourself. This way, you tackle the main issue of your judgment instead of placing it on others. Not all judgment is bad. We look at others and appreciate the qualities we want to have ourselves. These positive judgments can show us the qualities we value and want to develop in ourselves. When we notice and value these traits in others, we can decide to cultivate them in our own lives. To use judgment as a way to learn about yourself, build self-awareness. When you find yourself judging someone, take a moment to reflect on that judgment within yourself. Think about, what does this judgment show about me? This practice needs honesty and bravery, as it often involves facing parts of ourselves that we might have been ignoring or denying. When you start to notice your judgments and what leads to them, you might see that you judge others less often. When you judge less, you naturally become more compassionate and understanding, both toward yourself and others. You start to see that everyone, including you, is on their own special path of growth and learning. Not judging others doesn't mean you have to be passive or accept bad behavior. It means looking at situations with curiosity and kindness instead of jumping to criticism right away. When you are in a situation that might usually lead to judgment, try to watch without quickly labeling or sorting it out. This thoughtful method can help you understand better and communicate more effectively. Using judgment to learn more about yourself can be tough, but it can also bring great rewards. When you examine your judgments closely, you might find underlying beliefs, past experiences, or cultural influences that have been affecting how you see things without you even realizing it. Knowing yourself better helps you make thoughtful decisions about who you want to be and how you want to engage with the world. The law of reflection shows us that what we see outside is a reflection of what is happening inside us. When we see that how we judge others shows what's happening inside us, we get a helpful way to improve ourselves and grow personally. When we focus on improving ourselves by judging less and accepting ourselves more, we naturally foster a kinder and more peaceful environment around us. The aim isn't to get rid of judgment completely. That would be impractical and possibly unhelpful. The goal is to use our judgments as helpful signs that lead us to better self, awareness, and personal growth. When we do this, we make our lives better and help create a kinder and more understanding world for everyone. Lesson 12: Self-discovery and personal growth. The law of reflection is not just an idea. It's a helpful tool for understanding yourself and growing as a person. This principle means that what we see and experience outside of ourselves mirrors what is happening inside us. By learning and using this law, we can discover important things about ourselves and make positive changes in our lives. The law of reflection encourages us to own our experiences. Rather than seeing life's events as random or blaming outside factors for our situations, we should focus on ourselves and consider how our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings may be influencing our reality. Changing how we see things can be both uplifting and tough, as it makes us face parts of ourselves that we may have overlooked or denied before. The law of reflection helps us see things we might not notice about ourselves. Sometimes we don't realize the patterns, beliefs, or behaviors that are stopping us from moving forward. When we notice the common themes and situations in our lives, we can begin to recognize these hidden parts of ourselves. If we often have conflicts with authority figures, it could be helpful to look at our own feelings about power and control. If we keep attracting partners who aren't emotionally available, it might mean we need to focus on our own emotional availability and self-worth. The law of reflection can inspire you to grow personally. When we realize that what happens outside of us reflects our inner feelings, we are more inclined to take charge of our experiences and focus on bettering ourselves. This can create a positive loop of growth and improvement. When we focus on improving ourselves, we begin to notice positive changes in our surroundings, which helps us stay dedicated to our growth. This law helps us to be kind to ourselves and not to judge. When we face tough situations or difficult people, instead of getting frustrated or blaming others, we can see these moments as chances to reflect on ourselves and grow. We shouldn't accept harmful behavior from others. Instead, we can use these experiences to reflect on ourselves and make needed changes. The law of reflection can be used in many areas of our lives. In relationships, it helps us see why we draw certain people to us and how we can make our interactions better. In our jobs, it can show how our view of ourselves and our ideas about success affect our work lives. This law can help us understand how our mental and emotional states may show up as physical symptoms in our health. To use the law of reflection for self-discovery and growth, develop self-awareness and mindfulness. Doing things like meditation, journaling, or therapy can help us understand our inner thoughts and feelings better, making it easier to see how they show up in our daily lives. Go into this process ready to consider new ideas and face some hard truths about ourselves. Remember that the law of reflection shouldn't be used to blame yourself or to criticize yourself too much. It encourages us to take responsibility for our experiences, but that doesn't mean everything that happens to us is our fault. Outside influences and the behavior of others still affect how we experience life. Concentrate on what we can manage, our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, instead of worrying about things we can't change. As we get better at using the law of reflection, we might notice that our view of life changes completely. We start to view challenges as chances to grow, tough people as instructors, and setbacks as helpful feedback. Changing how we see things can help us become more resilient, solve problems better, and feel a greater sense of inner peace. The law of reflection is a helpful guide for our journey of self-discovery and personal growth. When we realize that the outside world reflects our inner thoughts and feelings, we can learn more about ourselves, take charge of our experiences, and make positive changes in our lives. By following this principle, we allow ourselves to grow, improve, and understand ourselves better. Lesson 13. The strength of self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves, the ongoing thoughts and conversations in our heads, is likely the strongest influence on how we experience the world around us. This inner voice, which we often overlook, plays a significant role in guiding our lives. It affects our choices, actions, and the experiences we have in the world around us. The law of reflection shows us that making positive changes in our lives starts with changing how we talk to ourselves. This idea highlights how much our thoughts and what we say to ourselves can influence what happens around us. When we start to notice our inner thoughts, we often find a lot of negativity, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs that have been quietly influencing our reality. Think back to the last time you encountered a challenge or a chance. What was your inner conversation like? Did you motivate yourself, trusting that you can overcome challenges or achieve success? Did you find yourself doubting yourself and thinking of all the reasons you could fail? Your inner thoughts probably influenced how you dealt with the situation and what happened as a result. How we talk to ourselves shapes how we see and engage with the world around us. When we often think negatively, we usually see and pay attention to the bad things around us. Sometimes we see neutral situations as scary or unsatisfying, which can lead us to overlook chances for growth and happiness. When our inner thoughts are positive and supportive, we tend to see the good around us, face challenges with confidence, and take advantage of chances to grow. Internal dialogue has a strong impact that goes further than just how we see things. What we think and say to ourselves affects how we feel, and this, in turn, impacts what we do. Someone who talks positively to themselves is more likely to feel confident, motivated, and hopeful. These feelings often result in taking action, being willing to take risks, and continuing to push through challenges. On the other hand, negative self-talk can cause anxiety, self-doubt, and a gloomy outlook, which can lead to avoiding tasks, putting things off, and quitting when faced with difficulties. Understanding how our inner thoughts affect us is the first step to using them for positive change. With awareness and practice, we can change our inner thoughts to help us grow and feel better. This process starts with being aware, noticing our thoughts without judging them. By paying attention to our inner thoughts, we can begin to notice patterns of negative or limiting self-talk. After we spot these patterns, we can start working on changing them. This usually means tackling and changing negative thoughts. If we find ourselves thinking, "I'm not good enough for this job," we can question this thought by asking, "What proof do I have for this belief? What proof goes against it?" Then we can change the thought to something more positive and encouraging, like, "I have useful skills and experience, and I'm able to learn and improve in this role." A great way to change your inner thoughts is by using affirmations. Affirmations are positive phrases that we say to ourselves, usually highlighting the traits or results we want to develop. For example, saying "I am confident and capable in all situations," or "I attract abundance and success into my life," can be helpful. It might seem strange at first, but using affirmations regularly can slowly change how we think and what we believe about ourselves and our abilities. Altering our internal dialogue doesn't mean ignoring negative thoughts or trying to be positive all the time. It's about developing a balanced and supportive inner voice that recognizes challenges but keeps faith in our ability to overcome them. It's about swapping negative self-talk for kindness and empathy towards yourself. When we focus on enhancing our inner conversations, we might start to see small changes in the world around us. We may respond to challenges with more strength, take on opportunities with more confidence, and bring more positive experiences and relationships into our lives. These outside changes help us keep a positive inner conversation going. Our inner thoughts are the beginning of all good changes in our lives. By actively shaping our inner story, we can build a better mental space that encourages growth, strength, and achievement. When we learn to use positive self-talk, we start to shape our reality instead of just accepting what happens to us. Using internal dialogue is an important way to apply the law of reflection. It helps us shape our inner world, which in turn influences our outer reality. Final lesson: Law of Reflection. As we finish our look at the law of reflection, you have the ability to shape your own reality. Every mirror you've seen in these pages, whether in relationships, finances, health, career, or personal growth, shows a simple truth. Your outside world reflects your inner state. This is not just a theory. It's a useful tool for change that you can start using right now. Remember when you first opened these pages? You might be looking for answers about why certain patterns keep happening in your life, or how to make lasting changes. Now you see that these patterns were not just random events, but important signs of your inner self, ready to be understood and changed. Self-reflection can be challenging at times. Facing the truth about your life takes bravery, sincerity, and kindness towards yourself. Some days, you might feel like going back to blaming outside factors or seeing yourself as a victim of what's happening around you. In these moments, understanding your part in shaping your reality isn't about assigning blame. It's about feeling empowered. Every relationship that tests you, every financial worry you have, every health problem that bothers you, and every career challenge you encounter is a chance to explore your inner self. These are not issues to fix, but messages to grasp, offering direction for your path of personal growth. As you continue from these pages, remember that change happens slowly over time. Small changes in how you think, like seeing things differently, adopting a new belief, or being kind to yourself, can lead to big changes in your life. Have faith in this process, even if you can't see the changes happening right away. Be kind to yourself while using these principles. The law of reflection focuses on increasing awareness and making thoughtful decisions rather than striving for perfection. Whenever you notice a negative pattern and decide to respond differently, whenever you treat yourself with kindness instead of harshness, and whenever you opt for empowerment instead of feeling like a victim, you are taking part in your own change. Your experience with the law of reflection continues even after you finish this book. In a lot of ways, it's only starting now. Every day offers new chances to use these ideas, to explore the reflections life shows us, and to decide how you want to be in the world. You have always had the power inside you. These pages have just helped you see and use it. As you finish this book, remember that you have useful tools for changing your life. Your reality is not happening to you. It is happening through you. Every experience helps you grow. Every challenge lets you evolve. And every relationship helps you learn about yourself. Move ahead with assurance, understanding that when you transform your inner self, your external life will change as well. Believe in the journey, keep working on your growth, and see how the law of reflection brings positive changes to your life. Your transformation journey is one of a kind, and it's only just starting. The world around you reflects what you have inside. Be careful about what you nurture in your mind, as these are the thoughts that will shape your reality. You are both the artist and the artwork, the maker and what is made. Fill your life with love, abundance, and possibilities, and see how the world shows you the beautiful creation you've made inside. The mirror is ready. You can shape the reflection as you like. Now is the time for change.